A new report on the status of Oklahoma animals makes it clear that some animals are thriving and others are not doing so well. And what makes the difference oftentimes depends on where the animals live, in the city or in the country. The report also raises issues that will likely put it in the middle of the debate over the controversial right to farm issue.
It would appear to be a simple question. What is the condition of Oklahoma animals? The simplest answer possible from the new Kirkpatrick Foundation's Oklahoma Animal Study is Oklahoma animals are doing both better and not as well as animals in other parts of the nation and world, and animals in rural areas fare less well than those in urban areas.
Animal well-being is a vital indicator of community health and quality of life, and bringing that conversation and bringing those facts and figures and bringing that study into the mainstream dialogue is really important, we believe, for community health.
Louisa McCune is executive director of the Kirkpatrick Foundation. The report she helped author covers every category of animal, from pets to exotics to laboratory animals. The report makes a series of recommendations, including 12 key findings. Topping that list is repeal of the pound-seizure law. Oklahoma is still the only state in the nation that requires animal shelters to sell or give cats and dogs directly to research facilities. Second on the list is a prohibition of shelter gas chambers. But the report's livestock section is getting much of the attention.
The hog and poultry markets here in Oklahoma. And I was distressed when I read the section on chickens and how chickens exist. They are exempt from the Humane Slaughter Act of 1958. The layer chicken has the size of an iPad on which to stand and live.
The report discourages expansion of concentrated animal feeding operations, which is now the standard for pig and chicken production, a recommendation that puts the report in the debate over the right to farm issue, State Question 777.
There is a giant separation between the farm and the ranch and most Oklahomans.
Tom Buchanan is president of the Oklahoma Farm Bureau, a major backer of State Question 777.
A private property right. And Oklahomans hold dear private property rights and the ability of the owner of that private property to use that private property however they see fit, as long as they don't harm their neighbors.
Buchanan sees those rights being threatened by non-farm forces.
And what we're beginning to see is those private property rights are being eroded by people who are trying to restrict the way that I can use that private property. And I believe that those, while they may be well-intentioned, are not based in research, science, or fact. They're based in what I would refer to as a feel-good.
Roy Lee Lindsay, executive director of the Oklahoma Pork Council, sees the report's recommendations for farm animals as biased.
One of the things they recommend in the livestock section is that we use pain mitigation for dehorning, castration, etc. Well, if you really read the report, they acknowledge in the report that there is nothing approved through FDA for us to use for pain mitigation.
Lindsay also sees the study and other non-farm organizations as not well qualified to make decisions on how farm animals should be treated.
We believe the people best equipped to make those decisions are the people that care for those animals every day in consultation with their veterinary professionals.
But opponents of right to farm have a different view.
But what's really dangerous about 777 is you could have an idea that collectively we do think is good and be powerless to get it adopted.
Former Attorney General Drew Edmondson is chairman of the Oklahoma Stewardship Council, which is working against passage of State Question 777 because of what they see as a constitutional amendment that goes too far.
They put it in our Bill of Rights. Our Article 2 is where our basic freedoms are in the Oklahoma Constitution. It's similar to the Bill of Rights and the federal Constitution. It's where your right to vote is. That's where your right to worship is.
Another major area of concern in the animal report involves exotic animals.
Oklahoma has a lack of laws regulating dangerous wild exotic animals in private facilities, private residences, private breeding operations. So we're talking about the tiger in the basement.
At Mindy's Memory Primate Sanctuary near Newcastle, 83 monkeys from laboratories, private homes, and roadside zoos are living out the rest of their lives. Many were once household pets, as with this capuchin monkey that had one of its back legs chewed off by the family dog.
We have several monkeys that, their tails were cut off so they could wear diapers in the house. So, you see a capuchin, their tail is, just another leg as far as I'm concerned. They use it for gathering and balance with it. So it's sad to see some of the things and the neurotic behavior that we get.
Darren Tyndall is lead caregiver at the sanctuary. The Oklahoma Animal Study recommends an outright ban on ownership of dangerous wild animals as pets.
Psychologically, it can be very harmful for the pet. They come in and they don't know how to act on other monkeys. They don't get social cues. So they have a harder time adjusting to a place like this.
For now, there is not enough room at the Mindy's Memory Sanctuary for any more animals. To get a free copy of the Oklahoma Animal Study, send an email with your mailing address to office@kirkpatrickfoundation.com.